Oh, come on. Are you telling me that Edward and Jack are somehow connected with Bradley Ward's murder?
No, what I'm saying is we're trying to get a fix on the events up to the murder. It turns out that Boland at the time was close to Frank Smith.
Ooh, well, that certainly makes it uncomfortable, especially for you. But it's the first I've heard of it.
What's your take on him?
And Jack?
Yeah.
I don't think I know anything that isn't common knowledge. I mean, he's a pillar of the community and an incorrigible flirt.
With you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, and I'm trying so hard not to like him. So what do we know about him apart from the fact that he has a taste for fine women?
Thank you. He is a major operator, and how major is in direct proportion to his income. He can be a ruthless businessman, but he is also a very devoted family man, and he is a philanthropist. Did you know that he gave a very, very generous check to GH for Alan's helping him with his son-in-law?
He was behind the banquet for Alan, wasn't he?
That's right.
Apart from poker and wealth, what is his connection to your father-in-law?
Well, the Navy. During the war. I think, in fact, they met in officer training school.
And after they saved the free world?
Well, Jack came back to Port Charles. Edward went to Long Island, and then they hooked up on some sort of a real estate venture.
The airport property?
No, I don't think so. I think it was something outside of Albany. I don't know, anyway. The whole thing just sort of snowballed. And they've been involved in projects ever since.
Captains of industry.
But it's kind of funny, the dynamic of these two. I mean, in business, they are tight as can be. But their friendship, it's almost like it's kind of a sibling rivalry. I mean, there's a competition there. Not over any big stuff, just the small things.
As in who has the biggest toys?
Exactly, exactly. Yes. If Edward were to buy a bottle of vintage wine, Jack would turn around the next week and buy the vineyard. I remember, I think Edward was going through his maybe third or fourth midlife crisis and decided he had to have a Ferrari. He took Jack for a spin in it, and the next week, Jack comes back riding a Harley.
Well, there's an image, a hog ridden by a pig.
Oh, come on. It was funny, though. Him revving the motor outside of the house. Those two have made me laugh more times than I can remember.
Okay, but do you trust Boland?
Not as far as I could throw him, which, at the moment, isn't very far.
Hi, Luke. I wasn't expecting to see you tonight.
Hi, what'd we pull you away from?
Bath time, and I thank you. But Keisha and Mary Ann have it under control. What's going on?
Granny Mae, Luke and I have some heavy things that we need to discuss with you.
All right.
Does the name Carly Quinlan mean anything to you? And the first thing you have to understand is that I am okay with what I've discovered about Daddy. I don't love him any less. I don't less respect what he accomplished. In fact, it's kind of a relief to know that Bradley Ward was human, that he was vulnerable to weakness like every other man that walks this earth every day.
Yeah.
Okay, now, after I made my discoveries, I went home and I had some very careful conversations with Mama. And I know that you have tried over the years to protect her. But Granny Mae, she is prepared for any truths that this investigation turns up.
Surely you didn't tell her.
No. I didn't tell her. But I read Mama very well. And whatever it was that she knew, she kept to herself. But it was clear that she knew something. And it was also clear that she had forgiven Daddy long ago for whatever it was. And she'll forgive him now.
You knew about Kylie Quinlan and Bradley?
I've met Kylie. Mary Mae, I think you know by now I'm not a man who's easily impressed. I was very impressed with her.
Luke has been more help on this than you know.
You can trust me, Mary Mae.
I do, Luke.
See, I was only brought into this Kylie Quinlan aspect through the fact that she knows Frank Smith and the associations that he had with business people who opposed your son.
I see. Okay.
You know, Laura and I have felt for a long time that you know more than you're saying. Don't you think it's about time you shed some light into the corners?
Granny Mae, there may be a way that we can avoid going public with this information if we know the whole story. It's time to tell us now.